10 surprising facts about China.
Let's see how surprised we get at these facts. I mean, sometimes I like to be surprised, and these are surprising facts. So let's see how surprised I can get at these surprising facts.
Here's a surprise for you. We actually went to China, so if you want to check out our China vlogs, you can check out the link in the description and the pinned comment and see all of our epic adventures we had in China.
It's pretty surprising, and we got surprised at surprising things in the surprising country of surprising China.
I'm already surprised, so let's start this. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Here we go.
Of years. And in this episode of FTD Facts, we're looking at 10 surprising and interesting facts about China. What's happening, everybody? My name is Leroy Kenton, and now I'm so excited to be exploring China again because it's a country like we haven't even talked about China for a long time. But before we jump into the facts, definitely leave a like on this episode. And if you're new here to FTD Facts, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to keep up with more episodes this one. So I have a whole collection of exciting facts. Starting at number 10, let's look at the difference between China and Hong Kong. So first thing you want to know is China is a country, and it's not exactly the same thing as
This is exciting.
Hong Kong. So officially the Hong Kong country.
Get all those provinces we have to go to.
It'd be very interesting to get deep into the country.
I think we should start with North Korea.
What?
My favorite Chinese province.
So the same thing as Hong Kong. So officially the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region of the People's Republic of China is a special administrative region on the eastern side of the Pearl River in southern China. Now China, officially known as the People's Republic of China, had a very rocky history after the fall of the last Chinese dynasty back in the year 1912. China was established as a republic in the year 1949, and the country really began to flourish as the China that we know it today during the 1970s. Now, Hong Kong didn't face the same history or the struggles as mainland China because they were colonized by the British. They did, however, both China and Hong Kong suffer from Japanese occupation between the year 1941 to 1945, but in the year 1997, when Hong Kong was once again ruled by the Chinese, it became semi-autonomous. Now, did you know that football/soccer was invented in China? Apparently, over 2,200 years ago, the game that later turned into football, which some
I did not know that.
soccer,
surprising.
That is surprising. Much more surprising than the fact that Hong Kong is a special administrative region of China.
I like that before he got to that fact. He's like, guys, is this time for this exciting, surprising fact? The Brits might be angry about China claiming the invention of soccer.
What about the noodle? Who invented the noodle? Italians? Let us know.
China, the world's first soccer ball was actually made out of leather, and it was filled with feathers and hair, and the game was called
that seems like it wouldn't kick that well.
which literally means kicking ball. Now, there's more than 3 billion fortune cookies. We all get them when we order Chinese food, and they're made every single year. 3 billion of them. But it's actually not a traditional Chinese custom.
What?
What? In the West, think so. I don't know about any other
Didn't know that
countries
until probably
outside
10
of the
years ago,
Western
though.
countries. But yeah, I definitely thought that this was like an ancient Chinese tradition. You get the cookie, you open it up, and there's like a cool fortune. I got one that's like, you're gonna...
Isn't it like only America too?
Yeah, it's American Chinese.
Yeah, because I don't think it's in the other Western countries.
Maybe American Chinese food places in other countries. Like Panda Express has it in the Philippines.
Yeah, we got fortune cookies when we ate Panda Express also in Japan.
That's true. So yeah, it's interesting too because fortune cookies, the flavor of it isn't like an American cookie flavor, so it's very easy, I could see, for an American to be like, oh, this tastes different than a cookie. It must not be from America.
There's no reason to believe it's not, and there's no reason to do the research and be like, oh, is it actually Chinese? Like, you're just gonna sit and enjoy the cookie.
When you get told Chinese, you're like, oh, Chinese. There's no reason to live a life and be like, is this true though?
Let me question everything, but also believe the first source I see on Google.
Yeah, true. What does Facebook say?
Inherit a large...
But it is nice to learn that information afterwards. Like, I mean, if you're like, oh, my favorite Chinese food's fortune cookie, and then some Chinese person calmly, not angrily says, oh, actually, that was invented in America. You'd be like, oh, okay. Good to know.
Sum of money. Yes, this is true. Then I got another one that's like, watch your back for enemies or something like that. I'm like, no, this one can't be true. I just keep the good ones, throw away the bad ones. Anyways,
there's
so
bad
these
ones?
things called the fortune cookies are actually...
I feel like all fortune cookies are like, tomorrow's going to be a great day.
Like some of them, I know like Panda Express ones are maybe fortunes. Some of them are like just motivational quotes.
Yeah, they're just
sometimes.
statements.
It's like, oh, thank you.
I always get them. I'm like, how is this a fortune?
San Francisco bakery named Ben Kyoto, and David Young, who is the founder
Kyoto?
of the Hong Kong Noodle Company in Los Angeles, has made a competing claim that he actually invented the cookie back in 1918. And from there, the San Francisco Court of Historical Review attempted to settle the dispute back in 1983. So yes, it started in the United States. This does not date back to China. Another interesting fact is the World Bank says that the poverty line globally is $1.90 per day. Now, by the year
That's
2015, only
insanely low.
0.7% of the Chinese population were actually at or below the poverty level, with 9.9 million people being in this category out of a population of than 1.35 billion people. And China's own national poverty
Little kids
line
with
is
sticks, that's
higher
poverty
than
right there.
5%.
I never carried sticks when I was
Me
a
neither.
child because I was
30% of the
rich.
population, which is about 30.5 million people, lives in poverty. And this is actually higher than the United States. So that was very interesting. So the United States
All right, next we're going to watch 10 countries infected by the coronavirus.
has 12.3% of the population that falls below the poverty line, which in the 48 contiguous states is $12,490 a year for an individual, or $25,750 a year for a family of 4. And this is according to the Department of Health and Human Services. So that equals 39.7 million Americans living in poverty. That's a lot higher.
Did you just say under 47,000 is living in poverty?
I think for a 4-person family, I think 12,000 was single
0.7
person.
million Americans living in
30.
poverty. That's a lot higher than China, even though China has a much higher overall population. Another surprising fact about China is that when it comes to mainland China, the government controls the internet, and China's internet has what it's called the Great Firewall, where you need a virtual private network or VPN to access the internet. China has its own social media sites and apps for everything. Like literally, they have the equivalent social media site for every single social media site out there. Telling you, they're their own world. Hong Kong.
Hello, our Billy viewers, to someone who re-uploaded this video and took our content and put it on there. How's it going?
Hey, I bet you didn't expect this inception.
Oh.
On the other hand, does
We want to try to make an official Billy account, but it's kind of hard because nothing's in English.
Yeah, we don't know what it means.
So we're trying.
doesn't have any sort of internet restriction like that, so you can easily access Google, YouTube, Facebook.
Now he's not
and
gonna
other
post
social
this
media
one.
sites like
Or
that.
cut this part
now, when
out.
it comes to land area, China is the 4th largest country in the world by land area. But did you know that their railway system is widely expanded throughout the entire country?
Wow.
And here's the thing, guys,
That's
it's
insane.
so extensive that if you took their railway track system, it could wrap around the earth not once, but actually 2 times. Now, when it comes to China, I gotta mention the
Surprising.
one-child policy. Now, this has resulted in an extreme gender imbalance there. So there's approximately 34 million more Chinese men than there are Chinese women. Now, in the society of China, they call the unmarried adults leftover man. So of course, this poses a big problem for all the single ladies out in China. Now, there is one interesting solution that people have found for this, because according to Newsweek, they reported that Chinese singles can actually hire a date for as little as 15 cents an hour, and even some more higher class dates for about $288 an hour. So hey, you may not necessarily be getting married, but at least you can have a little bit of fun with the opposite sex there. That's just one option that they use to combat this gender imbalance. The country of China
He's
has
mentioning it so
also
casually.
been a main destination for black market endangered animal parts, and people sell these for a lot of money. I mean, things like ground rhino horn was believed to cure fevers as well as reduce your blood pressure, and it was believed that tigers would protect you from being cursed. And the parts from a tiger could actually sell up to $50,000. For many, many years now, China was part of a global effort to stop the poaching of threatened species of animals. But recently, China created a legal market for farmed tiger and rhino parts, as well as other animals. And it said that conservatives really feared that this could open the door for more poaching of these highly endangered animals. For fact number 2, I want to look at
Guys, there's no such thing as curses. Don't kill the tigers.
Poor tigers, they're cool.
Terracotta Army. Now, this is part of a massive burial tomb that was built for Emperor King Shi Huang, who was the first emperor of China. Now, he wanted to live on forever.
The Terracotta Army is going to give all of your units one promotion level.
Oh,
So what did he do? Well, he thought that being buried in his tomb would protect him in the afterlife. So these soldiers of the Terracotta Army are life-size statues. About 8,000 of them in total were carved. They're in the tomb till this day. And finally, the number one fact I want to share is the number of billionaires in China equal about 388. That's more than half of the amount of billionaires in the United States, which is roughly 680. Now, collectively, the United States billionaires have almost 3 times as much money as those in China. But China is coming up really, really fast. You know,
that's a bad thing.
No, yeah, it's not a good thing.
Consolidate all the money into a few individuals. It's not a good thing to have, you know? It's better to spread it out amongst the people. Did we just say an anti-American thing right there?
Are we basically communists now?
they had about 55 new billionaires, and this was according to the stats from 2017.
Of course, that's like a Western thing too, to be like, guys, look. I guess in China they're probably proud of it too, but
Yeah.
it's like, guys, look at all these billionaires in China.
The business-heavy mindset in China was very strong when we were there.
I mean, what the heck? The fact that there's going to be a trillionaire at some point is absolutely absurd. That should not be able to be a thing.
You can't spend that much money on normal things.
That's like going to be significantly more than like so many countries in the world. One person should not have as much money as that. Should not be allowed. Where has the world got us to at this point?
I feel like some of our Chinese viewers are going to have some rough time determining in this video when we were sarcastic and when we were very, like, actually saying, like, a point we believe in. Because we didn't really change our tone very well for you guys.
That's real, guys.
Yeah.
At some point, the money distribution is going to get so bad that these people that are worth more than countries are going to have the ability to build and pay for their own armies, like in medieval times, like where the generals of Rome would just pay their own armies and they would have all the power. So when is that going to start happening today?
Then they're going to start the Hunger Games where we will be divided into districts and we'll just be fighting for $20.
You never know. Katniss Everdeen.
That's surprising.
updated stats when they come out, and this was the most of any country. Although over the year 2018 there was a downturn that actually knocked 49 billionaires down to millionaires.
Oh no.
Just wait till he didn't do the after COVID number.
Still a prime destination to conduct business.
Why is this camera
Alright,
dying?
those are 10 surprising and interesting facts about the country of China. It was pretty awesome to explore this country once again, especially with all that's been going on in early 2020 with the virus outbreaks and everything. I felt it was good to just take a look at China and shed some light on its history, its culture, its people.
So it's interesting that billionaires actually fell off in China, whereas in the US, all of the billionaires just got, well, maybe not all of them, but a large portion of the billionaires, especially the ones that are the tippy top, got significantly richer during COVID.
Very interesting. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know. How is it? I guess this is a very old video, apparently. So let us know what happened to that situation.
Yeah, last 4 years.
Down in the comments below.
And what it's known for around the world. So definitely leave your thoughts and comments down below. What are your thoughts about China, Chinese history, and how has the country of China even impacted you? I definitely want to hear all your thoughts.
All right, let's see what the comments say on this video. Here we go. China has impacted me a lot. Their food, music industry, and thanks to my girlfriend, I've been studying Chinese and love Chinese dramas. Okay. Not to mention, no mention of... Okay, let's skip that. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was a very surprising video.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing to say because I'm so surprised. Left speechless. This video left us speechless. Goosebumps.
This is China? Question mark?
What? What they show you in the media versus what the reality is.
Thanks for watching. Check out the China vlogs down in the description below if you want to see this kind of odd sarcasm that we say throughout the videos and weird things. It's a lot different than your normal China vlogs.
Sarcasm doesn't mean we don't like something, by the way.
Yeah, the definition of sarcasm in Asia seems to mean something completely different. They have this like complete negative connotation with sarcasm, and that's not true.
We just mean the opposite of what we say when it's sarcastic.
Yeah, so just be good at detecting whether we're being sarcastic or not.
Goodbye, guys. We don't appreciate you.
Don't subscribe.
Sarcasm.
Bye.